Okay, so get this. Google Maps and Google Earth. Huge, huge, huge upgrades.
Huge.
But not just, a new coat of paint.
Right.
This is like next level stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking tools that you used to have to have some top secret clearance to even know about.
I know.
And now they're just like, here you go, world. Have fun.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, Google's basically, what they've done is given us the keys to, a time machine.
It's true.
And a magnifying glass for the whole planet.
Seriously.
And it's not even just about, seeing things differently.
Right.
It's about understanding, the past, the present, even the future.
And they did this all how? How did they even pull this off?
Well, it's really about connecting these massive, massive data sets, right?
Yeah.
Satellite images, AI. I mean,
My brain can barely handle connecting to my Bluetooth speaker.
I know, right?
But this is democratization of knowledge on a whole other level. Remember when we used to actually have to go to the library to find this stuff out?
Right, exactly. And even then, what you got was a snapshot.
Static.
Yeah, static, limited.
Yeah.
Now it's all dynamic, it's evolving, constantly updating.
It's like they looked at everyone who's ever geeked out on history or science documentaries and said, here's your dream come true.
I love that.
Take the time machine feature in Google Earth's
Yeah.
time machine. They're not kidding around.
Right, to the point.
We're talking going back decades. For some cities, there are images from as far back as the 1930s.
Yeah, that's almost 80 years of history
I can't even.
that we can just visually explore. I mean, think about that. Seeing your hometown,
Oh my God.
how it's changed over the years, the growth, the buildings, everything. It's all right there.
Okay, I just got chills.
Right.
They have this really cool example with San Francisco's waterfront. You can literally watch it go from a busy shipping hub to the iconic tourist spot it is now.
Exactly. And you really get a sense of how much can change in a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And think about the potential here. For urban planners,
Oh, yeah.
they can look back at decades of development, see what worked, what didn't. Historians can basically step back in time
I know.
to study specific events.
Okay, and if you want to talk about seeing change over time, Google Earth's time-lapse feature?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. It's like they took millions of satellite images, stitched them all together
It's incredible.
to create these time lapses of landscapes actually changing.
This is where it goes from just being a cool feature
Yeah.
to something really, really important. Because we're talking about witnessing things like deforestation in the Amazon.
Right.
The glaciers melting because of climate change. These aren't just abstract ideas anymore. You can see it
They become real.
right in front of you.
It's remember all those reports about the Amazon losing a football field of rainforest every minute? Now you can actually watch that happen in Google Earth.
Exactly.
That hits way harder than some statistics.
100%. And for scientists, this is huge because they can track these changes
Yeah.
with incredible detail. And that's essential for research, for conservation, all of that.
It really makes you wonder, are we going to use this knowledge to actually change things or just keep hitting rewind and watching it all happen again?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Okay, maybe that got a little too real, but you know what I mean.
No, I know exactly what you mean, but, it's not all about looking back.
That's true.
Google's also using AI to give us a much clearer picture of what's happening right now.
You mean with that, what was it called? Cloud Score plus AI? What even is that?
Yeah, Cloud Score plus AI, it's
It gets rid of clouds, right. But how?
pretty wild.
Is it magic?
It's practically magic. Basically, they have this AI. It analyzes tons and tons of satellite data.
Okay.
And it figures out what's a cloud, what's haze, what's a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, get this, it removes them, but it keeps all the important stuff underneath.
So it's not just slapping a blue sky over everything. It actually knows what it's looking at.
Exactly. You can tell the difference between a cloud and a snow-capped mountain, or even the mountain's shadow.
Wow.
So for researchers, this is massive because it means they can finally get these clear images,
Yeah.
even in places that are usually covered in clouds.
Okay, that is seriously cool.
Yeah.
And I bet it's a game changer for anyone doing research that uses satellite imagery. No more waiting for a sunny day.
Right. No more waiting. It just opens up so many possibilities for fields like environmental monitoring, disaster response, even urban planning, like we were talking about.
It's kind of wild how much easier this is going to make things for so many people.
I know, right?
And speaking of making things easier, we've got to talk about the Street View update. Street View in 80 new countries. 80? Are you kidding me? That's like almost everywhere.
It's a huge expansion, yeah. And to get to all these new places, they've got this new camera.
Okay.
It's lighter. They can mount it on pretty much anything. So they're going to all these remote locations,
So cool.
places most of us would never even dream of visiting. Like
Right.
you can explore like the medieval villages in Bosnia, the sandy mountains of Namibia, all virtually. It's amazing.
You know, I was actually poking around those Bosnian villages earlier, and let me tell you,
Yeah,
stunning. The level of detail is incredible.
I know.
It's one thing to see like a picture in a book, but to be able to like walk the streets
Right.
virtually,
Yeah.
total game changer.
It really is. And it goes back to what we were saying about democratizing knowledge.
Yeah.
Breaking down those barriers, geographical barriers, and giving people a glimpse into these cultures, these landscapes.
It's like you're getting a peek into someone else's world. It's all
Exactly.
from your phone.
Pretty amazing, right?
Okay. And speaking of phones, have you seen the Google Maps redesign?
I have, yeah.
The card style layout, so much better.
It's cleaner. It's much easier to use. I'm a fan.
Right. It's the little things.
They make a big difference.
They really do. It's like they took everything they learned from all these huge updates and said, how do we make the everyday experience better?
Exactly.
But get this, they're adding generative AI to maps now.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really interesting.
Interesting is an understatement.
Okay, true. Because imagine this. You're looking for a restaurant,
Uh.
but instead of just seeing what's nearby, Google Maps takes into account your budget, what kind of food you like, the weather,
Okay.
even if you want something romantic or family friendly.
So it's like having a personal assistant who knows you better than you know yourself.
Right. A little creepy,
Just a tad.
but also super helpful, especially if you're in a new city.
Oh, for sure. No more scrolling through endless reviews trying to figure out if a place is any good.
Exactly. Google Maps just tells you, here's what you're looking for.
So, like, if it's pouring rain and I want to go out but I don't want to be, like, miserable,
Right.
Google Maps might suggest a cozy bookstore with a cafe instead of that outdoor beer garden I had my eye on.
Exactly. It's about understanding your needs
Yeah.
and making your life easier.
Seriously, it's like they thought of everything.
It's impressive.
Time travel, crazy clear images, virtual vacations, and now a personal AI assistant to help me navigate the world.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
But it's all about, like, giving users the power, you know?
So, like, what does it all mean? It's almost like Google saying, here's the entire world, all the information you could ever want. What are you going to do with it?
Right. Like, go make us proud.
Exactly.
And I think that's what makes these updates so important. It's not, it's not just about the tech itself. It's about what it lets us do, the possibilities.
So we're talking bigger than just, like, finding the best Taco Tuesday spot.
Oh, way bigger. Think about it. Students using the time machine to, like, actually see historical events unfold.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
People holding their local governments accountable for, like, environmental policies because they can actually see the changes happening with time lapse.
It's like giving everyone a voice, you know?
Exactly.
A way to see what's really going on and then actually do something about it.
And that's powerful, giving everyone access to that kind of knowledge.
Yeah.
Regardless of who they are, where they come from. That's huge.
It's kind of overwhelming when you really think about it.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, where do you even start?
Start with what you care about,
Yeah.
What are you passionate about?
Yeah.
Because these tools, you can apply them to almost anything. History, archaeology, environmental science, you name it.
So many options. It's like they're saying, the world is your oyster.
Exactly. And with these updates, it's clear. Google Maps and Google Earth, they're not just for getting around anymore.
Right.
They're tools for understanding our planet, its past, present, and future.
So, like, no pressure, but what are you going to discover?